So we are making gluten-free, flour-free pizza dough. This is enough to make 2 pizzas. We are starting with 3 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese and 4 tablespoons of cream cheese. We're putting it in the microwave and putting it for 30 seconds at a time until it's melted enough to mix. In the bowl of a food processor with the dough blade attached, we have a cup and a half of almond flour, and we're adding 2 eggs. That's 1. That's 2. A little bit of shell for some calcium. So it took 1 minute and 30 seconds, but you can see that the cheese is nicely melted, mixed together. And now we add it to the food processor. We put in, so this is just almond flour, eggs, mozzarella, and cream cheese. And then we're just gonna mix it to combine. I'm gonna start by pulsing it a few times, and then just mixing it on the dough setting until it makes a nice dough. Okay, and now we look to see if it's thoroughly mixed, and it looks pretty well mixed, and then we're gonna get a bowl. Dump everything into the bowl. This ball of dough, which we do. And then that's it. And then this is going to go into the fridge for about half an hour to harden up before we make our pizzas. So this is our pizza dough that we put in the fridge. You can see now it's a lot firmer because it's had a chance to sit, and those cheeses have kind of solidified a bit, so it makes it a little bit easier to work with. Just sort of roughly splitting this in half because we're making 2 pizzas. I'm gonna reform them into balls. And so if we were working with regular dough here, we would use a little bit of flour to kind of help with the rolling, but because this is a gluten-free dough, we can't really do that. So one thing we're doing is we're putting this on parchment paper. Another thing we're doing is we're using a little bit of vegetable oil to help loosen things up. We're also gonna put some of that vegetable oil onto our rolling pin, and we're just gonna kind of roll it and pat it. Here, I'm gonna pat it first just to get it close. We're basically just trying to get it into as good of a pizza shape as we can. So this isn't real dough, and so because of that, it makes it actually pretty easy to work with. The parchment isn't cooperating, but the dough definitely is. This rolling pin ain't cutting it, so I'm just gonna use my hands. But basically, I'm just trying to get it into as thin a pizza crust as I can, just pushing down. And so I just keep going round and around, thinner and thinner, squeezing together where it breaks, pressing it until I get as big and even a pizza crust as I think I can. And once that's done, we're just gonna bake it off in a 425-degree oven for somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes, or until it looks golden brown, and then we're gonna take it out and let it cool. So after about 5 minutes, we'll check on it. This is still not nearly done. You can put a few fork holes in it just to kind of make sure it doesn't puff up too much. It's called docking it. And then we're gonna turn it, and then we're gonna leave it in for another 5 minutes or so until it's fully brown. So at about, this is what it looks like at 10 minutes in this oven, somewhere 8 to 10 minutes is right. So you can see it's golden brown. delicious looking. So I'm gonna take it out and let it cool. And once it's cool, you can stick it in the fridge and leave it there for a few days, or you can use it as a pizza crust. And now I'm putting crust number 2 in, and we do the process all over. All right, so it's been 10 minutes, and as you can see, crust is nice and done. Cheese is bubbling, nice top. Gonna let it sit for a little bit. And that's that. And there you have it.
Enjoy.
Free pizza pie.
May I ask why does the